This webinar provides a quick overview of some of the logic around cascading strategy maps. The concept is this: when we develop a strategy map, it's designed to describe the strategy of a specific scope of the organization, whether that's the top of the house, a department, or a team. But inevitably, beneath that scope is a subgroup whose job it is to provide part of that strategic capability. Let's take an example. This strategy map might describe a discount airline such as WestJet or Southwest Airlines. It has a high weighting around objectives like fast turnaround time and on-time flights. That's a corporate level objective, and you'll see that the strategy map doesn't contain many objectives that you and I know are important to the overall company, things like maintenance, training, and so forth. So to get to those, we need to cascade the strategy map down and provide more detail. So in this example, the corporate map might cascade departmentally, for example, into groups like maintenance, operations, sales, and service. You'll see that each of these groups has a different strategy map that describes their contribution to the overall objective. So in this case, we could have an objective like fast turnaround time. And we should understand that if that's a contributory objective, groups like maintenance contribute to it by, identifying how to repair the airplanes by replacing parts rather than doing the service while the plane's in the jetway. On the other hand, operations contribution might be something like cross-train everyone. So if I'm having some luggage handling problems, the people that check you in can run down and help move luggage around. Sales objective might be something like attracting the right customers, because if I have someone who's expecting a first-class seat and drinking champagne and orange juice, they're going to be complaining and causing the turnaround time to slow down. Likewise, maybe services job is to enable self-help, self-check-in, and so forth. So this is an architecture of what we call contribution. There really are three standard frameworks that cascades work in: mandatory, contributory, and discretionary. Mandatory is you have an objective at the corporate level and it's mandated on every single business unit. Johnson & Johnson, for example, mandates return on investment, process improvement, and culture objectives on all business units. Contributory is what you see here. Corporate lays down an objective and we have to describe how we contribute to it. And discretionary is just that. I might have a corporate objective and it's the business unit's discretion about whether they want to reflect that on their strategy map or not. The important thing to note here is by the time you've built the cascade, there may be a couple of hundred objectives in total. But no one strategy map needs to have a couple of hundred objectives. We parse the strategy down to the level of control that each functional unit has around the strategy. In a real example, it may look like this, where we have a strategy map at the corporate level and we describe each department's marketing, IT, sales, operations, and so forth. Now, underneath this, we may have support groups like finance or HR, or the example I just gave was IT. And the purpose of an IT function is to support the specific strategic objectives that show up inside the front office type operations. This becomes almost like a service level agreement between the business units and each of the support frameworks. It allows us to make sure that our support frameworks are providing the right type of support and also make sure that we're meeting the needs which are specifically identified within the organization. To learn more about these concepts, please join us at pm2consulting.com.